Spinning is always a great trick. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Maul-tastic episode of Empire Radio. I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Drew.
And we are back with Maul, Shadow Lord, Season 1, Chapter 7, Call to Oblivion, and Chapter 8, The Creeping Fear. Yep. So, next week is the last week, dude.
It's crazy.
Coming to an end.
It's like too soon, bro.
I like that we get 2 episodes, but then it just means it gets done twice as fast. So it's just like,
yeah, that's how math works.
That's how math works, kids. Times 2 is twice as fast.
But it's also like, okay, you guys, we're on Disney Plus. We're not on television. Make them longer. What are we doing? Like, we need 40-minute episodes.
Well, we're getting that every week though, because you're getting 2 episodes.
I know.
So it's like we're basically getting like 2 movies worth. So yeah. we're spoiled. But yeah, so next week is when they come out on Monday. It's Star Wars Day, so get excited for that. Ooh. And then on Wednesday, the 6th, that's when tickets for Celebration go on sale. So I'm going to be sitting there pushing refresh, trying to get those 4-day passes. If we can't get the 4-day passes, we'll just do Friday, Saturday.
The 2 busiest days.
The 2 busiest days, and then that will give us a chance to like have like a fan meet and greet day or go to Galaxy's Edge or something on a different day or something. We'll see. We don't know. That's like almost a little less than a year away, so we'll figure it out. But I'm excited, kind of. We'll see. It's going to be jam-packed.
Oh, yeah. And it's LA.
I'm just hoping that like I wonder like if the food options are on the inside. Like you have to like leave to get food, or is there gonna be like an extensive...
there's gonna be food. Trust me, this is gonna be expensive. Like a $4 bottle of water.
Well, that's fine. I was like how easy is it gonna like? I have to stand in line for what's gonna take longer? Stand in line for a hot dog or to stand in line for a panel? That's what I want to know.
It's gonna be a tauntaung dog or something. They'll probably have Star Wars themes.
No, it's just gonna be the same food that they have at the concession stands.
Well, they might have that, but I know that like in previous celebrations they've had like a mock like cantina bar. So like there's gonna be like cool stuff like that probably.
Because there's gonna be long days, and it's like if they don't have like easy access to food to keep going.
We're gonna be the guys that like bring like Uncrustables in our backpacks and just
protein bars.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see.
Lunchables. Oh, let's bring back Lunchables.
No, we're not. That's disgusting, dude.
The pizza ones?
Yeah, you have those refrigerated, dude. Like I ain't eating that. I'm good. So one little tiny announcement, I think it was today. There's a new Monopoly Star Wars game as like a digital thing. Did you see that?
No.
It's for coming out like on consoles and PC and stuff. I don't know. It's like a 3D like maps and stuff, and like there's just like taking over the galaxy, and you can be a hero or villain or whatever.
But it's Monopoly?
Yeah, it's like a digital Monopoly Star Wars thing. I don't know.
Is it out already?
No, it comes out in a couple months in June or something like that. I think they said or something. It's coming out soon. This is the one thing I saw. I'm like, why are they wasting their time on a Monopoly
stuff that no one cares
video
about?
Game? But whatever, that's fine. But we're not here to talk about Monopoly. We're here to talk about Maul Shadow Lord. So I'll go first with my overall thoughts. These are the best 2 episodes so far, dude. This was... People are crying. They're all emotional. They're all, I think this is like so intense. Like we see a side of Maul that we've never seen before. We see his emotional like state, and it's just seeing him fearful. Now we saw him fearful like when he fought Palpatine in the Clone Wars when he loses. He's like begs for mercy. But like this was just like the depths of depression and fear of like decades building up, and it was just, dang, dude, this is so good. Look better than ever, and next week's gonna be a doozy. Like, who's gonna live? Who's gonna die?
We
I
still
think
haven't even got that bounty hunter
bounty hunter, bounty hunter.
that we saw in the trailer. The guy with the big hat. I always forget his name.
Embo?
Yeah,
What? No, he's in Mando.
bro, you're right.
I'm like, what are you? Come
What
on,
the
dude.
heck,
Mando's
bro?
coming out in like a few weeks. How many more weeks do we got? We got 1, 2,
It's
3
like
weeks.
I know,
3 weeks and a day, and we will
bro.
be.
That was the biggest epic fail, I
You've
think.
been waiting this whole season for him to show up.
No, I was just like thinking about it, and then yeah, I totally forgot that was a different show.
But yeah, this was just very, very good. Next week, I think is gonna be so good, and I like how they kind of left a teaser for season 2. I think with the whole Crimson Dawn name
You don't think
drop.
that's we're gonna get any of that next
I
week?
think what we'll get next week, they're gonna rescue Maul, and that's how he's gonna get it off planet. But like, usually you
Yeah, I
wait till
think
the end, the last episode, to reveal something like that. But I think it's really pushing that my theory that season 2 is going to be all Crimson Dawn focused around the time of like the solo movie.
Mhm.
So that's exciting. So I would really love these episodes. How about you, Drew?
Yeah, I loved them too. They're dope. This whole season though, like they're just all really good. Like we haven't had one just like I think we had like one that was like okay.
You saw episode 5 last week was a little slow, but
Yeah, it was a little slow. But like there's no Bad Batch season 2 episode 4 issues at all in this show. Sorry for the people that love that episode, the two people out there. But like, I don't know. I love it. I thought it was really good. The fighting scene is sweet. To see Maul like having these flashbacks of when he was a child and dealing with like his hate towards Palpatine and like how he literally was about to give up and then he remembered Palpatine and then was like, nope. And even when we got a little bit of like flashback of when he lost his legs and then we saw like all the Clone Wars, like it was so cool the way they did it. Like, I don't know. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And then, yeah. And then, of course, like the end when we get that name drop and it's like, oh, we're finally going to get the solo stuff that we wanted to get, which is really cool. Like it's gonna
yeah,
lead up to the solo stuff, but like still, it's still something. Like
right.
it's pretty sweet. So I'm really excited for it, and it seems like a lot of the fan base is like loving the show too. Like I haven't really seen any hate towards
Yeah, it's like a
this. So.
universally love. It's like this and Andor and like maybe Rogue One are like the most.
But even Andor's like the guy that we don't talk about,
Oh,
Mister
well,
Unknown Name. He didn't. He turned off Andor. Like no one's turning this off. Like it's
right.
what Star Wars is like. It's so good. So
Yeah, and it seems like, assuming that there's 3 seasons, like Maul might have like the most, like, will have the longest like character development of like any character.
besides,
Like
like
Anakin maybe technically could, like, Vader goes into episode 6,
I was gonna say,
but like even
Vader
then we get like
probably
less content though with Vader than we are with Maul.
true.
So it's like this time span. Maybe there's a few extra years,
If we get 3 seasons, yeah.
but like Maul is just getting all this like extra love from the creators. I was gonna say the devs,
Like
but
the, I think it's just like the way they went about his like new character, like because like in episode 1, right, like the movie, The Phantom Menace. Like he was so like he didn't say anything super scary and was just doing it, right? And like he was a mystery, and then they went about it, and like they made him like more personal and like emotion and based on emotion and been like people like Palpatine's like literally threw him away like garbage. Like it's such a cool character develop like out of a character that we thought we lost. And I think that also helps where like people we like thought we lost him and he was done and we're still getting more of him. So it's really cool to see.
Yeah.
And it's filling in more gaps, which is always awesome.
Right. All right. Fun. Well, we should probably jump into scene by scene. So, chapter 7, Call to Oblivion. And there's a curfew on Janix. Classic Empire curfew. So, again, the opening scene is like with the Star Destroyer over the city and just looks super awesome. And I feel like these episodes in particular look even better, like more like photorealistic, almost live action in certain scenes. Because you can do that easier when it's dark, and there's a lot of dark scenes in these episodes. And so that just adds to it.
Yeah, because like I watched the last episode 8 on my monitor, like right here, and I have one monitor like way darker than the other one, and I put it on my like bright monitor, and I was like, oh, that doesn't look great. And then I put it over there, I'm like, it looks amazing. I'm so confused, but it's just because like the aperture, like this one's more for gaming, so it's a different like setting, and this one's just like a video monitor.
Right.
So you could definitely see the difference when it's like a darker screen, and it's so good, bro. It's so good.
Yeah. So yes, the curfew's going on, and Maul, Devin, and Riley are down still in the subway tunnels. And Riley's like, "Who the heck is this guy? Like, what should we trust him or what's going on?" And Devin's like, "No, but like this is the only option because we can't face off against that Inquisitor by ourselves, so we have to kind of stay with Maul." And Maul is overhearing this whole conversation. And he's like, basically, like, I can hear you guys talking, like blah blah blah. It's just big open space. It's easy to hear you. And he's just basically follow me, but if you want, you can leave, but that's to your own peril. Like, it's on you. Like, I can't protect you if you leave. So they're in there, and then they find their way into the sewers. And then I thought it was funny how Devin calls Riley a boy. That was just funny. And then later on, when they catch up with the Maul's crew, Spybot calls him a boy also, and he's offended too. It's just kind of funny. So yeah, they're just making their way back to Maul's lair. Then we get a little quick scene with Captain Lawson and Master Deco, and they're just sneaking around. And Master Deco is just like, "Hey, my connection with my Padawan is strong enough. We'll find each other. We just gotta trust the connection." And Lawson's like, "I'm not having that. That's stupid." And then they're like, "Well, have you heard back from Rena Soul? You know, Lawson's friend, bounty hunter friend?" And she was like, "She has not gotten back to me at all. So I don't know if there's transport, if she's been captured or what." So there's a tension with that. Then we got an interesting scene where they're back in another like tunnel, different tunnel, because they went from like the subway tunnel to the sewer to another subway tunnel. And Maul, he compliments Devin on her ability to fight against Inquisitor. And she's like, "Well, it's because of my master. My master taught me." And then she's like, "Well, who is your master? Like, what's up with him?" And he's like, "He betrayed me, but there's worse pain that he's caused me than his betrayal." And she's like, "What? What is he specifically referring to?" And then she's like, "Is he still alive?" And Maul's like, "Unfortunately." And then this is when they connect with back to the crew, and Spybot finds them. did you like the next scene when Marok is on the roof and he looks like Batman?
Yeah, it was so
That was
cool.
so Batman esque. Like that was intentionally. Let's do a Batman scene. It's
I
pretty.
loved it still
It
though.
was
I
pretty cool.
liked it.
It was pretty
I thought
cool.
it was sick.
And so then he's this like, what is he doing? Like Batman, he's like trying to hear like sirens or he's trying to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
whatever. But like, what is Marok doing up there? Like he can't.
Just looking dope.
I don't know. It
Like
was just funny.
just being cool.
But
Don't
he
hate on him. He looks so cool. He just does what he wants, bro.
but then his hollow call buzzes and he takes it and a stormtrooper says, hey, we got a ship coming in and we have a briefing, and he's in the middle of this message. Marok just turns it off in the middle of it, so it's kind of funny. He actually says he's aura farming.
Also, like I'm just bummed that we didn't get an answer on who he talked to.
Oh, we'll get to that. I think we got the answer in this episode.
Oh, okay.
So we'll talk when we get there at the very end. So yeah, so they get back to Maul's lair. Rook is basically like the Imperials. They're just a couple levels up. They're on their way here. They're gonna run to us eventually. And so then at this moment, Devin and Riley, all right, this is our time to escape. They try to run, even though Maul said once we get back, like, you're free to go. They run
It's a
away,
trap.
and then Maul jumps down in front of them, and we see an angry Maul. It was super cool, like in conversation and stuff. Like he's super calm and collective, and only like when he's fighting is he unleashing in anger. But here he's like verbally angry and emotionally angry at Devin.
Yeah.
Like, I can train you to defeat your enemies. You just gotta trust me. And what we hear, he makes an interesting claim that if you leave with me, I will tell you my plan, implying
Hmm.
like what's his plan to like overthrow or kill Palpatine.
Well, yeah, because like in her defense, it's like leave her master and then just go back on running, and they're already on that anyways. So like, why would she choose to go run with Maul when she can just run with her master?
But
So
like, I wonder what his plan is. Like, are we ever going to hear that plan? The only way we would ever see that
yeah,
plan is if Devin survives this season and becomes his apprentice officially, and like season 2, like we get that plan. But
it'd be really lame at this point if she doesn't become.
I don't know. I feel like, so story wise, it would be better if she does become his
That's what
apprentice.
I'm saying.
But I think realistically, what's going to happen is
If
her
not,
and
they
Master
both have
Deco
to
are going to
die.
escape, so they're both going to survive.
Oh,
So it's like either
oh,
so
you changed
either
your.
those two survive and they escape, and they'll live to tell a story another day with them on a different comic or book or something. Who knows? Or Master Deco will die, and then she would become his apprentice and go into season 2. But I don't
I
think there's
just
going
think
to be a thing where
I just think it would be kind of lame if she doesn't join him, because I just feel like it was kind of a waste of time.
not
But
necessarily. That's
I
what
mean, besides
Maul's
the
story
fact
is.
that
He
he was
fails at
able.
everything he does. So he fails at
True, that's
recruiting.
fair. But also, like, but he also was able to recruit the Crimson Dawn essentially due to what happens.
Right.
So I guess it wasn't complete waste of time, but
So it's just going to see. I just want to know what his plan is, because like we know like something
mhm.
from Rebels when he's on
Something
Malachor.
happens and it doesn't work.
Well, he goes to Malachor because he wants to use like that Sith temple thing, which is like a weapon of some sort. And we never really got an explanation on what that Sith temple can do. I
Mhm.
don't think. And so unless like this is what his plan is he's moving towards that. But I feel like
But
that's
then
going to be like season 3. Well, because
why would he need a Padawan for that?
remember to open the doors and stuff, you need 2 people. That's why you needed Ezra.
Oh, true.
Because he was stuck on the planet. So if the thing is, like, if he goes there and he needs 2 people to do the temple stuff, maybe Devin dies on Malachor, and that's why he's by himself, and he can't unlock the secrets of the temple because he lost his own apprentice on Malachor.
Mm-hmm.
That would be kind of cool if she makes it all the way to Malachor with Maul, and then she dies somehow.
Mm-hmm.
That would be kind of cool. Will says in the chat, just found out the con near me during the summer is going to have Hayden and Sam. What? Wow. You will have to go vlog it up, post some pictures on Instagram.
That's pretty cool.
Sam Whitwer, that'd be pretty cool to meet
North
him.
Carolina.
Would you rather meet Hayden Christensen or Sam Whitwer?
Hayden.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I feel like Sam Whitwer is like a bigger fan of Star Wars and so knowledgeable. Like I always want to like ask him questions about Maul and stuff.
But it's Hayden though.
Hayden's cool, but like, I feel like he doesn't understand Star Wars as well as I would say he should, but I don't know.
But so Will said that he said Hayden, but he had the Force Unleashed for the Wii.
Have him.
Ooh, I want to see
have Sam Whitwer
the quality of that.
sign the case or the CD. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah. So there's this plan. I hope we figure out what this plan is or hear what this plan is. But if we do, it's probably not going to be till season 2.
We know it's Sam for you, girl.
So then, anyway, Devin, she's resistant to Maul not caring, and she puts her hand on her saber, like, let's dance if I have to, type of thing. Well, Maul, he uses the Force to freeze her in place so she can't move. Then he Force pushes Riley into the distance, and then they're about to fight. And then a probe droid sees them, calls in, spy bot. They spotted us, and so immediately, like the Empire is there, like they're right away, and I really loved how they just came in, guns blazing, like full force, like all different lat gunships came down, unleashing all their troopers. Like I thought it was just well done because it's like, oh, they're just gonna send 1 or 2 of them and that's it. No, like they were kept coming, especially in the later fight on the bridge thing in the canyon. Like they just kept coming and coming and coming. I really like that they just threw everybody at him at one time.
Yeah.
And so in this, Riley, he's just hiding the whole time because what is he gonna do? He can't do anything. He doesn't have his lacrosse stick with like an unlimited sack of balls to throw at troopers, so he's just hiding back there. And so the troopers, they find him and capture him. He surrenders. So they bring him back to the ship, and Devin is just trying to get to him. So she's just killing all these stormtroopers, just running through them, cutting them in half, running. And she tries to get to the ship before it pulls off. It goes off. She jumps and catches it, and then she falls off. So the Empire took Riley. Super sad. And so she like fell, but she's like on this like tube platform thing, like way up because she fell off.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks down, and Maul looks up, and they're like 1,000 feet away from each other, and they just look at each other, which is pretty cool that he could like sense her up there.
Yeah.
And then the next scene was interesting. Like it's a weird like I want to know like what Dave Filoni's intent was, but so the next scene, Marok is just outside waiting for the ship arrival. That was, when he was Batman on the roof. And so Lieutenant Blake comes out and it's like windy, and like he's like leaning into the wind. He's holding his hat, and Marek is just standing there unfazed. It was this interesting way to like do that scene. Like, why do the wind thing with the hat? I don't know. Did that stick out to you, or didn't you care?
It didn't bother me.
Well, it didn't bother me. I'm just saying, like, does the something like the wind or something was symbolic of something? I don't know. I just want to know what Dave Filoni's like thinking like to do that, because it could have just been, oh, he's just waiting out there, and then Lieutenant Blake walks out, tells them that the ship or that the people are being got found.
Yeah,
they're engaging in battle. Like, I don't know. It just stood out to me. I appreciated it, but then the Inquisitor ship comes down. Cool ship. I don't think we've seen that specific design before, and we see the 11th brother walk out. And people, I guess I didn't know this before. We should have known this from when Tales of the Jedi came out, but people call him the Crow.
yeah.
I had never heard that until like last week or this week. The Crow Quisitor. Let's see what is. Rietzi says it was probably a world building thing for the dust storms in episode 8 when Maul was underground.
Oh,
I probably should have. Yeah, I was waiting for you to hit that. Good job, Rietzi. Gold star for today for pointing that out. I probably would not have made that connection on my own. So that's why you need to be in the live streams, people, so you can give us your comments and fact check us and correct us and give us thoughts.
Yeah, this is the only way you can get one of these here, Etsy. So good job.
All right, fair enough. That one goes forever, right? On loop or something?
Yeah, it does. It's not even a loop. It's just long.
But yeah, 11th brother comes, and he hasn't said anything. So I think it's because they couldn't get the voice actor.
Why is that though?
I don't know. It's the guy that does a lot of voices. Clancy Brown, is that his name? Like he did that in Tales of the Jedi, but he also did like Ryder, is that his name? From Rebels.
Yeah.
He plays a bunch of characters.
Yep. I know who he is now. Yeah, that's probably what it was, because they didn't even show like the interrogation or anything. Right. So it makes sense. Like
it's just cool. Like when he goes in to interrogate Riley later, you don't hear him say anything. It's just scary. Like, so I don't think we're going to hear him talk at all this whole season, because if they got the voice actor, they would have had him talk by now. But we could be wrong. Who knows?
What if he's just like caw, caw, like a crow?
No.
And he goes in like this.
He flies in. He uses a spinny the helicopter saber.
Oh Lord, I forgot about those. Those don't hold up well. That's like one flop.
It was one episode that they had that in Rebels, and that was the only time they ever used it.
That was also like a big like commercial for the show, though. For that season was.
I don't remember it being in a trailer.
Oh, I remembered it being like watching Disney.
It was in a trailer for Rebels,
and it was like in like one of the watch the new season of Rebels, and it was like showing that. Because remember, Rebels was on like TV, so like it got a lot of like commercials for the show.
I never saw it because it was on like Disney XD.
Yeah,
and the only time I turned that channel on was to watch Rebels. Like I never would have saw like the commercials on there. I don't think commercials are on regular TV. So that was like 10 years ago. More than 10 years. Well, so Rebels
more than 10
Rebels started in 2014. That was the first Disney thing that came out.
Yep.
And so season 2 would have been like spring 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So
It came out before I got married, bro.
so
So
you got married in 2015, right?
yeah.
So the Rebels. So you got married a year before the ending of season 2.
You said 2014.
That's when the show started, but season 2 with the helicopter sabers
Oh,
would have
yes,
been
yes.
spring 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And so, dang, it's been 10 years since Twilight of the Apprentice. Dang, dude.
How long has it been since Force Awakens?
A little over. Been last December with 10 years.
Jeez.
It's been 10 years, folks. You can't complain about The Force Awakens anymore. Sorry.
Oh, that's how that works?
Yep. So you have a year and a half left to complain about episode 8. So you
It gets
get your gripes in, Drew.
Episode 8 gets an extension 5, an extra 5 years on the episode 8. Get mine in. All right, where you want to start?
Anyway, moving forward. Captain Lawson and Master Deco, they're in the subway tunnels looking for everybody, and I think they're talking a little bit about the Inquisitor, blah blah blah, and then before Devin comes around the bend, Master Deco is able to sense her and says Devin, and then she comes through, and so then she has to confess that the Empire captured Riley. So Lawson is super not happy, which makes sense, and he's like, I don't care what it takes. I'm going to get my son back. If I have to do it by myself, I will. I'm going. Master Deco's like, we can't do this. Devin's like, I'm going with Captain Lawson. And he just like starts talking to her like, this is what we're going to do. Like, he's not like trying to like convince her to like, I don't want you. Like, he's like, all right, you're coming? All right, let's do this. And then she looks at Master Deco, and Master Deco decides to go. So it's like awesome how at the beginning of the season, like they're in hiding. Master Deco's like, we have to remain in hiding. We can't reveal ourselves ever. And Riley or Devin's like, we're not doing what we're supposed to do. Like, we're supposed to be doing things. We're Jedi. We're supposed to like fight for justice. We're supposed to do all this stuff. And like, she's continuing to be a Jedi where Master Deco is not. And so he's following her lead, which is, I think, is pretty cool. And so now, is this a sign that she's not going to turn to Maul because she's living as a Jedi? Maybe, maybe not. Well, we don't know.
Well, it depends if her master dies.
Right. But right now, it seems like she's still leaning towards being a Jedi because she's wanting to help people. And she even, when the Empire arrived, when her and Maul were on that platform or whatever, like Maul had to stop engaging with her to protect his people. And then she's like, gosh dang it, I got to help protect people too. So she goes and joins Maul to fight off the troopers too. And they're fighting side by side, which is a pretty cool thing. Cause like Maul like looks over in the middle of the fight and sees her. He's like, awesome, perfect. This is all I need, one step at a time. So then it kind of goes back to like Maul and his team. They finish fighting the troopers, and so all the troopers are dead. They killed everybody. And so then all right, we gotta go. We gotta get out of here. So Mandos, they're carrying their crates of credits, and Rook is like, leave your credits. And they're like, these are my credits. I can do whatever I want. She's like, leave them. So then they dropped all their credits. And go.
They're just gonna slow us down.
Yep.
That's a lot of credits too. They'll just leave there.
Yep. So then it goes to the police station. Riley's being brought in, and Two Boots is like shocked that Riley's been arrested. Like, I can't believe this isn't even a thing. And they set up Riley to be interrogated or whatever. And Two Boots is like, no, that's not the protocol. Like, that's not how it's supposed to be. And I think it was Blake was like, well, this is what we're doing. and
Yeah.
Two Boots is just super distraught about it. Like he can't believe like protocol is not being followed. So he feels betrayed in the moment.
Well, especially when he was like, "Do you want me to wipe you?" That
Oh yeah,
was when it was like,
which you'd think that they would, the Imperials
just
would
do
do
it
that
anyways.
anyway, right when they get there.
Well, they have too much information on like especially if Two Boots is like the reason why they got there. He knows a lot, so he's too valuable to be wiped. Because if he was wiped, then he wouldn't even know who his partner was. You know, like he's not going to answer a phone call. He's not going to lead them to him.
Oh, that is true.
There's too much potential with what he knows.
Right. Which is one of the things in Star Wars that like droids, you can just like download their information, everything they know, like, but they don't. It's just kind of like, oh, it's
Oh yeah, it's either they can delete everything, but there's no backing up hard drives.
right, like, or you can't like, and like sometimes like you can like
Flush them out.
we'll see like droids get hacked, like their head or whatever, to get
That's true.
information, but it's just weird that the Empire went like, all
The
right,
amount of
download their information.
knowledge that R2 has, if they could always only like they would have saved so many lives if they could have just cracked into R2. Like if Leia would have just cracked open R2 and read his mind, then he'd be like, "Oh, Anakin is Vader's my dad." Like it's yeah.
Well, it's weird because
Because how many times did they wipe C-3PO?
well, I did it after episode 3,
Yes.
but I don't know after that what happened. But like R2D2 was with Leia her whole, what was the
Her whole life.
Organas the whole time?
No.
What happened to R2
since
after episode 3?
Leia. Yeah, R2 went with Leia.
So like, why? It's weird that we never saw R2D2 in the Kenobi show. Like this, like in
Did we
the
not?
palace. I don't think we did, because she had Lola, the little like CD player, little Walkman CD
Yeah.
players thing, flying around. But like, it's weird that we didn't see R2D2 like in the
C-3PO
palace.
was also because if R2 was there, then also they had C-3PO. They would have had both. Because remember, they were on Leia's ship when
Well, in episode
Vader
4.
yeah.
So I guess so even then, like
They had him though. She had him the whole time.
yeah, like, well, I wanted to ask. That's a TV show. What happened to
Also,
R2D2 and C-3PO?
because at the end of episode 3, when the Organas are looking at Leia, and it pans out, R2 and C-3PO are in that frame.
Like on, like in the hospital, in the space thing where the babies were born, or are you talking about on Alderaan at the end?
On Alderaan at the end, when he brings when they show him and his wife holding Leia,
I don't
and it
remember that.
pans out, and you see them.
Interesting.
But they were probably her dad's droids at that time.
Well, right, but I would think that they would have showed them in the background moving around or something. Even like a Rogue One call out where it was just them saying, Scarif, they're going to Scarif. They never tell us anything. Like I thought even something like that in the Kenobi show would have.
Did we see him in Andor? Did we see them all in Andor?
No.
At that time, he was probably already with Leia.
There's no connection with.
Well, we see Organa, the new one.
Yeah, but he wasn't in the original trilogy. We see him in Rogue One, but that's just a day before he dies.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But, yes. So, Riley is taken to interrogation. Next scene, Maul and his team are in the tunnels again, trying to make their way to their ship, and the Mandos are not happy with how things are going. Now, this is weird. So one of the guys took his helmet off, and we see his face. So I thought this was going to be like, oh, he's going to be like an integral character moving forward because they made a character model of him. And then they just kill him off.
They wanted us to see his face when he saw the bullets coming at him.
Maybe, but it's just like
that's all it was.
It just seemed like they paid someone a lot of money to make that character design, and then they just kill him off in one episode, and we're never going to see him again. When they could have just.
But we needed to see him. Oh crap!
I guess, but it's just interesting because I thought, oh, they took the helmet off. We're going to have this character moving forward a lot because, we don't know who Rook is. We know who Rook is, but some people are theorizing that she becomes the armorer for Mando.
Oh.
That's the big theory about her. So it's but if I thought, okay, maybe she could have died, and then this other Mando takes her place, kind of thing. So that's why there's a character design. But I hope she's an armorer. That'd be super cool. But I don't think the voice.
That'd be really interesting.
I don't think the voice really matches.
Turn of events if she became the armorer.
That'd be pretty cool.
It means Maul would definitely have to betray her, though.
Maybe. I don't know. Possibly.
And she's definitely not following the Mandalorian ways
as of right now. Yes, which would mean that she would have to have made her way to Mandalore and washed in the living waters at some point, which would be kind of cool if we saw that. But Rook then talks with Maul, and they have a conversation about loyalty and all this stuff. I've been loyal to you, but these other guys, the cost is getting isn't beneficial for them anymore. They're getting antsy. They're almost on their way out. So the cost is high for these guys, and they're not getting paid enough, I guess. And she's also I think your obsession with Devin is clouding your judgment. She's not even worth it. Her loyalty is to her other master. And so there's just this tension of a difference of opinion on how things should play out. So then we have Lawson, Devin, and Master Deco outside the police station trying to figure out how to get in. And so he decides to call Two Boots directly. And so then he answers, but then he can't because there's in the middle of the office a bunch of troopers and Lieutenant Blake. So he hangs up. Lawson calls back again, and Two Boots just puts the comm in a box on his desk. They don't have a mute button to come on, Star Wars universe. How do you not have a mute button on the ringtone of your?
Yeah, I mean, our iPhone, if it starts ringing, you can push the side and it turns off. So yeah, it is kind of funny.
So he's so you can still hear it. I don't understand how the troopers and Blake didn't hear it so beeping, but it's whatever. So then we get to the final arena, basically, which was visually stunning. They're in this cavern, canyon, cave thing with these bridges going across, and it's overgrown with jungle stuff, which is pretty cool. Because going from the city to this was very refreshing. And so as they're starting to cross, that's when all these gunships arrive. The two Inquisitors jump down, and Maul has to face off against two Inquisitors as everyone else is fighting off stormtroopers. So it's just chaos, nonstop war. Everyone's getting shot. What I really liked was how when the Inquisitors arrived, Maul, obviously he fought him just a little bit, but he draws them away from the rest by jumping down to another bridge platform thing to get them away from the rest of his team, which I thought was a pretty cool move. Because immediately you think, oh, he's running, but then it's like, no, he's just drawing the attention away so that he can not have to deal with blaster bolts getting at him at the same time, and to get him away from his troopers, but his own team. But unfortunately, when he jumps down to this other platform, it breaks his already damaged knee that was, I guess, not fully repaired, but in the process of being repaired. So he has to fight these two Inquisitors with a broken knee that's malfunctioning. He jumps into like this waterfall cave thing to make it
temporarily escape.
That, but also like because I'm assuming he knew it was there the whole time because it's right by the ship, and so he's like, this is a good place to like hide and like do surprise attacks or whatever because he's familiar with the territory, not the Inquisitors. So during this whole thing, we should say that what's his name? Vario, the other crime, like little guy. He's like, I'm gonna steal Maul's ship. So he starts making his way to the ship. But then those three Mandos that were not happy, they pass him and get to the ship first. Vario almost gets in, but then falls out. And so then they steal the ship and they calm Rook. Hey, Rook, see you later, basically. And she calls him Slime, which is funny. And then as they're flying away, three gunships do their whatever, those spiral torpedo things that we see from Clone Wars is doing the same thing. It's just not a straight line. It's just a spiral towards them and blows them up. So good thing they didn't make it to the ship because then they would have all died. So
that's true.
R.I.P. Mandos. During this time, one of his Zabrak brothers with the minigun sees through the cave hole and waterfall, the flashes of the sabers. And so he tells his other Zabrak brother to like cover him while he goes down there. Maul gets knocked down and is about to actually lose. But then his brother comes in and like knocks him away. And then he immediately gets killed by, I think, the 11th brother. But that's enough to like buy him some time to get up and hide and whatever. But as it's happening, so then in the fight, Maul gets stabbed in the hip on his bad leg. And so that completely makes it even like impossible for him to like have any chance now because his knee's messed up. Now his hip is not just like messed up; it's like damaged, cut with a lightsaber,
destroyed.
And so he falls down and he puts his lightsaber on his hip and he puts his hands up. So when you saw that, did you think he was surrendering?
I mean, yeah, kind of.
I thought he was surrendering. I thought because he looked terrified. Because this whole time,
I feel like if they would have took him, he probably would have been like surrendering.
Huh?
Like if they would have said yes and they didn't mention Palpatine, he probably would have surrendered.
So you think he did surrender and then he changed his mind because of what they said?
Yeah. Because that really stuck with him. Because that was like the whole
next
intro to the flashbacks was that guy saying that.
And even after flashbacks, like he was getting that same line. But yeah, so they're like, there is no surrender. Palpatine wants you dead.
Yeah.
So based on that,
so it was Palpatine.
I think, yes, Marok called Palpatine, and that's special orders straight from the top, sent the 11th brother and to help Marok fight and kill Maul. So that's what I think it is. Will we ever know the answer to that? Probably not, unless Will, if you're listening, when you meet Sam Witwer this summer, ask him, what is the
Ask him a
person Marat
question.
called Palpatine? That's your homework this summer, Will.
And what do we always say on Empire Radio? Do your homework.
I think that's the first
Kids.
time. I think that's the first time we've said
No,
that.
no. We always say that. Do your homework, kids.
Yeah, Richie, I know you like to listen while you're doing homework, so get those straight A's. Do they still give letter grades these days? I felt like
I have no idea.
they don't do that anymore. I don't know. Get those A's.
Let us know your Reggie.
Yep. Richie, what's your high school GPA?
Dang, don't ask
I'm
that
doing
question.
stats homework. Stats. Ugh, that sounds boring. Drew, what was your GPA in high school? Do you
Bro,
remember?
I don't even know. I know I had like enough points to go to North Central, which doesn't take much.
Even then, I don't think they care.
Thanks.
I think I was like, dang. Will's like, Drew's GPA was a 2. Dang, dude.
All right, bro.
That's a C, dude. As in, too cool for school. Oh, yeah. Dang. Oh, dang. Your said she had a 4.0? Dang. Better than me.
I believe it.
I think in high school I was like 3.6. College, I was 3.66 was my final GPA. All because my sophomore year was my worst year of college. I had like a 3.3 GPA. But like all my other semesters, I did way better in college.
That's funny because
I still graduated magna cum laude. So that's my flex.
Yeah, you graduated.
Oh, she's number 6 in her class? Because you're a junior, right? So you got one more year to get that number 1 spot. Do it for the Empire.
Yeah. You gotta mention us during your college speech when they pick you.
Or if you're a valedictorian, do you do like the speech at the high school graduation? You gotta shout out Empire Radio. Couldn't have done it without us.
Without our podcast, you could not do your homework on time. So
yep,
you're welcome. We've had a couple listeners in here that like do their homework and listen to us.
We're in her college essay. Like you're writing essays, like college application essays. You're talking about us. Dang,
we're cool, Jeremiah. I told you we were cool.
Send me those letters so I can see what you say about us. Email us. It's funny because Grace, she puts us on her resume for hobbies and stuff, and she talks about us on interviews, job interviews and stuff.
Dope. Dang, we're cool.
People are like more financially benefiting from us than we are from actually doing the podcast.
Hey, you know what? That's the least we can do for them.
On that note, do the Patreon. Give us some money.
$5 from all you.
Yeah.
Every single one of you.
Anyway, Maul. But yeah, so when he hears them say that they're there to kill him, his hands are already up, so he just uses his hands up to pull down the ceiling of the cave to fall on him. So they start running away, and then it ends with like the blocks falling, stones falling in front of him, and then it just goes to black. So that is chapter 7, Call to Oblivion.
I don't get the title.
I don't either. Because Oblivion is like
nothingness. Right?
Maybe. Let me see what the internet says. Well, it says the state of being unaware or unconscious of what is happening.
Yeah, I still don't. That doesn't help.
So a call to not knowing what's happening, kind of like Maul has to like respond to this news, like what's happening? We're getting attacked. I'm losing my guys. Maybe that's what it means. I don't know.
Or is it when two boots is like doesn't answer the call?
I don't know. All right, so that brings us to Chapter 8, The Creeping Fear. And so this was a very emotional episode. See a side of Maul that we've never seen before.
But we've always wanted.
And so, which is kind of interesting because they replay or redo the ending scene of the cave collapsing, which we don't normally get, where they end the episode and then start the episode with like the same scene.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like it was slightly different too, because I feel like in the first one, he's on the ground, and then like the rubble falls, and he's still there. But in the second one, like he's like runs away before it falls down completely in front of him and blocks his view. So I thought it was slightly different, but I don't know. But it's just him running away, and then I wish they showed this, but he jumps out of the cave into the air, and there's the platform on the ground out there, like the bridge that collapsed. And as he's diving down, he uses a saber and starts spinning to
Because
like
that's a good trick.
implying that he's gonna just spin and drill his way through the bridge as he falls down, which is pretty cool. I don't think it's really all that realistic, but of what could actually work.
I think it would have been really cool to see him spinning.
But I don't think that it would have actually worked. That's why they didn't show it. Because like you stab a wall, like it's still like, it's not like hot knife through butter. Like it's still resistance. So yeah, there's definitely, if they showed it, it was like he would have like literally still hit the thing and face planted. But
Or cut his face.
right. So, but it was just a cool, like, okay, that's how he did it. And we know Palpatine likes his spinning trick, so he probably learned that from Palpatine, which is interesting that he just found out that Palpatine wants him dead, but yet he just used a trick that he probably
That
learned.
like really broke his heart, even though he was already on Avenge to get him. It just like double broke him.
Right. And so the Inquisitors, they look like they got, knocked out a little bit or whatever. So they show that them waking up and getting up. The Imperials, they're searching the cavern thing. But there's no sign of Maul or anyone else anywhere. So I guess it's implied that his team escaped. And we find Maul like in the rubble down below somewhere, and he's a complete emotional mess. And so he wakes up because he got knocked out seemingly, and so he wakes up. He's super emotional, and he sees his reflection in a puddle on the ground, and then it turns into like his child self, a younger self, and just basically saying, and so then he gets angry at the child type of thing, and like splashes the water or whatever to like get rid of it. But he's super helpless and super weak in this moment, which is a big contrast to what we've seen in the first 7 episodes to like now. Like now he's just completely broken, which is super cool. Quick scene Next is at the police station. Riley's in put in interrogation room, and then the 11th brother walks in. Super scary. Captain Lawson, Devin, and Master Deco, they're still sneaking around, but they're super worried about what's going on. They they get a call on the comms, and immediately Captain Lawson's like, two boots? Nope, it's Rena Soul. She's calling. She's like, I got a transport for you to get off world. You got to come right now. And he's like, well, they got Riley. I got to get Riley. She's like, well, we're leaving in 2 hours, whether you're here or not. And so then they basically just say, all right, we got to get in and out as fast as possible. We got to figure this out. We got 2 hours. Two boots, he's sneaking around. And he runs into another of the officers there that we saw earlier in the season, and just saying yeah, Blake is just not following protocol, blah blah blah, and I gotta talk to the captain, Cleese or whatever her name is, and the guy's like, two boots, are you stupid? That's never implying she's dead, she's gone, we can't, and so then that's enough for two boots to be like, this is not good, but this is not how things are
Well, he
supposed to be.
literally says, "Are you stupid? She's dead."
Did he say he's dead, or did she?
Yeah,
Did he say
he said she's dead,
So
which
then,
is why it was super intense, because he was like, "Whoa."
yeah. So Two Boots is super shocked by that, super unhappy about how the Empire is doing these things. And then Captain Lawson calls again. Two Boots answers, and hey, I've been trying to get away. I can't talk because everything was just swarmed. Blah blah blah. And this is when Lawson's like, "All right, I need you to get Riley, and we'll do a trade." So I think he was implying that Two Boots was gonna work tell Blake, all right, he's out there, he'll do a trade.
I think so, yeah.
Which doesn't, I don't know if that would make sense. That would work. Do a conscious trade,
Well,
but
I don't know why it wouldn't. They don't really need it. His kid.
well, right. But they could just still punish the kid for his
Well,
participation.
They probably would betray him if they were actually part of it.
So, but I don't think. But it seems like Two Boots obviously did his own thing. He didn't follow Lawson's orders to
No,
do a trade.
he was already checked out by then.
So then Devin and Deco and Lawson, they get to the PlayStation, and Lawson makes the Jedi promise that they'll get Riley out of there to safety, and Deco promises that, and then Deco's like, all right, Riley or Devin, you need to go get us a speeder. You gotta get us a way out of here. Go, go, go. And so she runs off, and then Two Boots gets Riley, takes him out. I'm here to rescue you. And so then this is when we get to Maul in the sandy tunnel, the wind tunnel, when he's just walking into the sand, the windy sand, and we start getting flashbacks. So we see him as a kid, and we see him with Savage when they're seemingly maybe in that 10 to 13 age range ish, somewhere in there. It's kind of hard to tell because it's these visions in the sand, so it's not super
clear looking,
whatever. And Savage is you can't be trusting this guy, and you can't trust him, whoever he is, what he's changing you, type of thing. So then we see Sidious in his hood come in and then take Maul, and then
Laughing.
cackling.
Yeah.
And
Cackling's probably the right word.
then Sidious is training Maul with a lightsaber, and Maul is this sucks. He's not good. I don't know if it was he just wasn't good, or it seemed like he was like not motivated, like he didn't want to be there. But then Sidious shocks him with lightning or whatever, blah blah blah.
And it like implied that that wasn't his first time because he said, "No, master, don't." Like because he knew it was gonna happen.
Right. Then we get a very brief flashback to Maul versus Obi-Wan in episode 1, The Phantom Menace. You just see Obi-Wan come at him. So I think you hear the sounds of like the barriers opening. So I think it's like just a flash of Obi-Wan running into the room with Maul to do his first attack, and that's like all we see is like Obi-Wan coming at him.
Yeah.
Then we get a flashback to when Savage discovers Maul in the garbage heap with the spider legs. Now I want to like go back and like compare. I wonder if they just took the Clone Wars footage and like just changed the colors and stuff, or if they reanimated the whole.
I think it's just
thing.
the footage
I don't know.
There's that one part where you see Palpatine. He looks very clone or like rebelsy.
Well, I'm talking about the spider scene.
Oh yeah.
If they just took this footage and just changed the colors and stuff, or if they reanimated the whole thing, I don't know. And then we see this, and also the same with Sidious killing Savage. So I don't know if they took that same scene and just redid the colors, or if they did add a line though. I think because I don't remember Savage saying you need to avenge us, but here he does. I think so. Which is interesting because when they might have, I think they added it because when Obi-Wan fights Maul in Rebels, he asks, is he the chosen one, referring to Luke? And he says he is, and then Maul's like, he will avenge us. So he uses the same line that Savage said to him, which is interesting. So,
do you think like those voice actors are they on this episode, like Ian McDiarmid and stuff like that?
No,
they don't get credit for it.
No, because was there a flashback last week with Palpatine, or
no?
There was something. What did I? There was something. There was a Palpatine something, wasn't there? Where like I went and looked at the credits. Maybe it was this week. I don't know.
No, well, last week we thought he was talking to Palpatine or the Inquisitor.
No, because I thought in a previous episode I looked at the credits to see who voiced Palpatine. Maybe that was this week that I did it. I can't remember.
Yeah,
but it wasn't. It was just Sam Witwer because Sam Witwer did Palpatine.
Oh, did
in
he?
Clone Wars.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So to answer your question, yes, it's the same actor for Palpatine.
Why did I not know that?
I don't know. They brought Ian McDiarmid back for Bad Batch.
Oh. As they should.
But there's so few lines that they didn't need to bring Ian back for that.
Sure. I guess I could have called him. I mean, me and him.
Yeah, pretty close. Peed next to each other.
Pretty close.
Let's see, where are we at? Oh, so doing this. So Maul is in the sand thing. He's like all emotionally distraught. He's crying out, blah blah blah, and he says, my home, my family, my brother were all taken. And he's like, Sidious did this. Like, he's blaming Sidious for everything that he's lost, which is true. Like we've said that in the past, that Maul is a victim of the Sith just as much as everyone else in the galaxy, and
Yep.
so it's not his fault per se.
Especially when you see that scene today, or like on in this season, that this episode where you see him as a little kid, and Palpatine went there and took him.
Right.
So you see like just how like the Jedi, like the kids were taken, but it's like kind of more intense because it's like he was a he almost like it's almost felt like he had to like help his family kind of.
I don't know, because I think you're right. You could probably answer this, but I think Palpatine worked with Mother Talzin to get an apprentice. So, like,
So it was her fault.
yes and no. I don't know. But it was probably Palpatine's idea the whole time. But I don't know, like, why did he seek out Maul in the first place? I don't know how if that story is explained in the
Well,
comics.
it's
Because Son of Dathomir is a comic series.
mhm. I was gonna
So,
say it's explained in the
well,
Palpatine book, but
the
it's not
Plagueis
canon.
novel is not canon. So I
Yeah.
don't. That's the one I hear. I just don't like how Maul was a full-on apprentice in that movie
Hmm. Yeah.
when
In
Plagueis was
that
still
book.
alive. Like, I just don't like that thing.
Well, Plagueis didn't know.
She says it's explained in the Son of Dathomir. She thinks, which is we gotta get on those. We gotta have when we do comics with
Hmm.
Grace in the future. We gotta probably do the Maul comics. It'll be a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
I'll have to talk to Grace when she's available to do that.
And yes,
Um,
well,
huh?
Plagueis is a good book. This is not canon, sadly.
Um, so then we see Devin. She goes to some garage and finds an awesome speeder. She's like, "This will do." And the guy in the garage is there and about to try and beat her up. And then two other guys are inside the vehicle. They get out, so it's like her versus three, and it's like we don't see the fight, but these are
I know it's
huge
kind of
guys.
sad. I was really hoping to see that fight.
There was too much going on. This is already like the longest episode of the season, so it's like they had to cut something out, and
Yeah.
so it just shows her like speeding
She's like,
away,
okay.
and it's like cool, like
Before I started,
techno
she was
music
like,
going on too,
oh,
and
it was actually pretty hyped.
yeah, it was pretty cool.
Miles was like dancing throughout the whole thing. It was pretty hyped. But yeah, it
Um,
was like, she was like, okay, like, let's rock. And then she drives off and their bodies are just like, they're like, they're not dead. She didn't kill them, but she whooped their butts. It was pretty cool.
yep. So then we see two boots escorting Riley out, and then two troopers at the last. It's implied like the last door they gotta get through or whatever. Stop on it. We were never notified of a prisoner transfer. Blah blah blah. And Two Boots knows how to handle a weapon and
I know
hand to hand
that,
combat. I was like,
that
dang,
Miles
dude.
also during that part, he's like, oh, he's so cool. And I
Yeah,
was like, yeah, he kind of won me back over when he kind of looked like an IG-11, like he
yeah,
popped off. But it makes sense. He's a cop, and it was all to stun. Like he didn't actually
yeah.
kill
He didn't
anyone.
kill anybody, so that was pretty cool. So then they get outside and they're reunited with Deco and Lawson. Then chaos ensues. All the troopers start coming out, and they're all getting shot at. Blah blah blah. Waiting on Devin to arrive. Devin finally arrives, and she takes out like the two like speeders that the troopers are on. It's like by side swiping them, and then those speeders they like smash into the other troopers, and she's like, "Get in!" And like, I don't know, it was just super cool how she came in, and then this was a fun chase scene after. I
Oh yeah.
chase scenes and movies and shows are really boring to me. Like, it's like really just lame.
Yeah, it's because we've seen so many of them, and we
But
all have the same outcome. But the way they did this one actually was really cool.
it was really fun, and
Felt like pod racing.
a little bit, yeah. Um, and the best part was when there was
The
two
music.
speeders chasing them. Um, Devin like turns the ship sideways, and like Master Deco like takes one of the speeders and like throws it at the gunship in front of him, and it
Oh yeah, that
crashes.
part was sick.
I'm
Like a
like,
rocket.
this is peak Star Wars.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Because
My
like,
favorite part is when they jump down to the other like
yeah,
road underneath, and then the 3 speeders fall, and then one just
goes
flops
off to the
off.
side. Yeah,
He's like all he hears, oh, like
yeah. So that was
that guy is
pretty
gone.
good. So it was just cool seeing like a Jedi use the Force like that. Like, a lot of times it's just like, oh, they're just gonna throw something in the way, so they
Yeah, like drop the
and
rodent
it's just
on
to
top
block
of
the
them or
roads, and then
something.
everyone survives. But like,
No.
they got killed. All those troopers got killed.
Yeah.
um. So then Maul is back in the sewers again, and he's crawling around, and he faints, and he falls into like the water, like puddle on the ground, and he gets up and he just starts. He's crying, dude. Tears going down his face, and he sees his child reflection again, and he promises his child self that he won't let Sidious do to others what he did to him and his younger self. And I believe it was Marina, who was on a podcast a while ago, and she was going to be on in a few weeks. On her Instagram, follow her, the Village Jedi. She's always putting cool stuff nonstop. But I think she was the one that said that uh, he had to forgive his child self, type of thing, like talking about forgiveness. Like he no longer blamed child Maul. He blamed Sidious. Like he doesn't blame himself anymore. He forgave his child self and was like, no, this was Sidious. And so he makes his stance like, I am going to stop Sidious from doing this ever again. And so how does that play out? Because technically, from a certain point of view, he did accomplish that through like hearing Obi-Wan say that Luke is the chosen one. And I'm assuming to some degree, Obi-Wan had like an encouragement from Maul to like that you got to train Luke to stop the Sith type of thing. But I don't know. It's maybe a little stretch to say that he kind of accomplished it through Luke a little bit, but his story crossed paths with Luke, so it makes sense. Like through Obi-Wan. But when he does that, he stands up straight and confident, and like it's almost like his hip isn't broken anymore as much, just because of his resolve. So then it goes to an alleyway where we had like all the shops that were closed down, and I think they're just trying to like steal food or whatever. But they're all getting antsy. Like, we haven't heard from Maul. Where is he? And Rook is like, he'll find us. And then out of the darkness in the fog, Maul arrives, and he's all right. Let's do this type of thing. Then the team, they arrive, like Riley and Devin and Deco and Lawson and Two Boots. They all arrive at Sewell's place where she has the ship, and they get in the elevator to go down. and Devin senses something is off. Deco is like, I sense it too. Like she's like, we can't go down. Something's bad's happening. There's a trap. Like this is not good. And Lawson's like, this is no. She would never betray me. Blah blah blah. And Riley's like, just call her, Dad. Like, just
Yeah.
call her. And so he calls her. She answers, and she's very quiet and kind of like sad. You can hear in her voice, and she says a line like, "Yeah, the ship's ready to get you all the way to Catalor," which from previous episodes, that's where they saved each other's lives on Catalor, was where they escaped. And I think it's implying that like Catalor was a place of death. So it's like, oh yeah, the ship will bring you to Catalor. Is like you coming to this ship will bring you to death, and that was kind of like the code that he understood. He's like, all right, cool, we'll be there in a minute, and he immediately hung up. He's like, yep, she's compromised.
Yeah.
Like so he knew right away, and so
And
then
I don't even think she was compromised. I think it's more like she didn't think she
well,
had
that's the line that
she
he
didn't have
used,
it.
like this
Yeah.
whole situation is compromised type of thing.
Yeah.
The fact that like she like told him that
Mm-hmm.
obviously wasn't like she was on the Empire's side, like she betrayed the Empire in that moment, but so then the next scene is is the two Inquisitors walking towards the lift with some troopers, and then a bunch of other troopers are by the ship where Rena is with Lieutenant Blake also. The elevator comes down, it opens up, and no one's inside. It's just this ceiling fell down and is on the ground to cut through. And so immediately Rena, she grabs a trooper, grabs his gun, starts killing all these troopers, blah, blah, blah. He's super efficient, really cool fight scene. And then she points a gun seemingly at Blake's head, and she moves up just a little bit of angle and starts shooting the engines of her ship. And the ship blows up, and it's implied that she went out with a bang too. She died trying to kill everyone else. Now we know the Inquisitors don't die
Dude,
because
but that angle was amazing though.
yeah,
It was so cool when she just started spinning in a circle. That was the coolest part of the whole episode, I think.
and yeah. So now the Inquisitors, they were the furthest away from the blast. So
Well, and we see them later,
right. So like they're not dead, but she's dead. But Lieutenant Blake is dead too. So I highly doubt that he survived that or any of the troopers. So it was just cool that she sacrificed her life that way. And so then the final scene, Maul and his team, remaining of his team, they go to Nico Demus's office. So this is where that crime lord was before, I think, his first episode or second episode that we see him in. And so they go there and they're like, because Vario brought him there. Vario's like, they're not going to find us here because this is the last place they would expect any of us to be.
Yeah.
And so he makes or receives a call on his own comm, and Rook is like, you can't have that. The Empire's monitoring all this. And he's like, it's encoded. I'm a smuggler. Like, it's not my first rodeo, which she should know this because they set up this whole crime like conflict between the two. So like she should have known that, but it's whatever. And so he gets this call and he's like, yep, cool, awesome, blah, blah, blah. And then Maul's like, who was that? The Pikes? And Vario's like, no.
Even better.
Crimson Dawn has made contact, and Dryden Voss wants to talk to you.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that was
dang.
Crazy. Yeah.
So that's super cool. Crimson Dawn. So I think what's going to happen is obviously Crimson Dawn's going to like come and rescue and get them away. But I think it'd be cool if like they come with like a fleet almost like where they can like fight the Empire like in the sky with starships.
Oh, that would be cool.
Like cool like aerial fight would be kind of cool. Now they don't have like a military fleet per se, but it'd be cool to see a nice dogfight out there. Let's say no way Vision from Marvel wants to talk. That's funny. I wonder if they're gonna get him to come do the voice if Ryan Voss.
That'd be cool.
I don't know.
It's a Vision.
So it's all coming together. Crimson Dawn stuff is coming together. I'm super excited for all that to see how that plays out, because I think that's my theory of how season 2 is going to be all about Crimson Dawn. Is coming together pretty well. So,
well, and pretty much there's only like 4 people with Maul now. Like he doesn't have really anyone anymore.
Yeah.
So he needs new employees.
Yep. So now at this point in time, you know, Kira is still on Wotan's planet, Corellia.
Yeah.
So she's still like they're probably like teenagers or whatever, kind of.
Yeah.
In the Solo movie, but
what? We could potentially see when she gets recruited.
All right. So I think if it's fast forwards to the Solo period, in the time before or a little after, then we would definitely see her. It'd be cool to see Kira again in a show. But I don't know like how much, because I'm assuming, because we did Kira comics with Grace, but like we only did like a certain portion of it. But I know there's a part where like she's trained by Maul, so that would have to take place after the Solo movie. But I feel like a lot of the stuff would mainly be before the Solo movie, working with Dryden and trying to create some sort of things. Now, obviously, Maul knows Kira at that point too, beforehand. But I'm hoping that we see her because she's an interesting character. But I don't know. That's it.
Yeah.
Next week, we've been doing like the titles since they. Let's see.
The finale.
The finale is Strange Allies, and then finale, which is probably just a placeholder because they don't want spoilers. But Strange Allies, so that could be them teaming up. Both crews teaming up, Maul with Devin and Master Deco and all that stuff. They team up, but it could also be like Crimson Dawns could be part of those Strange Allies up to some degree.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it should be a doozy. So that's next week.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm pretty excited for it.
Yep.
It's going to be fun. I hope that the title isn't the finale. That'd be kind of lame.
No, it's not. It would be something better. So, now do we think we're going to get Vader or no? Because if they're doing the Crimson Dawn stuff, then we're not. I feel like then we're not going to get Maul.
I don't think we're going to.
I'm saying for season 2, if it's focused on Crimson Dawn stuff,
at the end,
I don't think we would get Vader in season 2 then. But here, it would make more sense. Like if he kills Marok, and then somehow
he shows up, and then
because if Marok is dead, then that'd be dang, we need to send more reinforcements.
Well, because if Vader shows up and then Vader shows up and helps them fight Vader, and then her master dies, then she kind of has more reason to leave with him, with Maul.
Right.
So.
But I was trying to figure out when this whole Vader fight is going to happen. Whether it's this season, next season. I think season 3 would be too late to have them if it's that Malachor stuff.
But they get their money's worth by stretching that out, because you know how many people want to watch that. So.
Yep.
I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm excited for it, though.
I am, too. Yeah.
I'm excited for the finale. It's kind of bittersweet, though, because I feel like this happened way too fast, even though it didn't. It's just we just got it quick.
Yeah, that just means that maybe one of the reasons why they did it so quick is because we're supposed to get that Vision spinoff.
Oh, true.
So maybe they're trying to do like rather than going all summer with this show, they want to do that Vision spinoff, the Ninth Jedi spinoff during this summer, and then this
During the
fall would be
summer.
Ahsoka.
Oh, I forgot about Ahsoka.
Because they're not going to do the spinoff with Ahsoka at the same time, so they got to have something
No.
during the summer, and it's too
It'd be
early.
cool if we get a Ahsoka like teaser trailer kind of thing during the Mando movie. Like at the end, end credits.
Well, I think we'll get some nod to Ahsoka season 2
Yeah.
in that movie, whether it's just Thrawn showing up at the end of the movie or something, but there'll be some sort of connection.
Yeah. It'd be sweet. I'm excited.
All right, fun. Well, that's everything we got for the breakdown. So that means we get that transition over to everyone's favorite time of every episode, voicemail time.
It's voicemail time.
All right. Well, last week we had 1 million voicemails. This week we have 4 voicemails.
Oh.
All right. So first up, someone I think we've only heard from once last year, based on his reference to that. It's Wes. I think it was just this one time we've heard from. So this is the second voicemail of all time. So let's take a listen.
Hey guys, it's Wes calling in again. I called in, I think it was just last year, and it was during the EU with Andrew episodes where you guys covered the new Jedi Order storyline. And so I was calling in today, kind of with like an EU question, and then since Maul's coming out, it's like a Maul. It all ties in. I was wondering. Like I've seen on Instagram, there's like AI adaptations of what episodes 7, 8, and 9 should have or could have been, and it was with Darth Maul and Darth Talon as the main antagonists, and then they still have characters like Finn and Rey and Poe Dameron. But it's the whole story is completely adapted to kind of Darth Maul running like bringing back the Sith Empire. And so I'm curious, like, if you guys would have preferred something like that over the last 3 episodes in the Star Wars or Star Skywalker saga, or if you guys would have preferred an adaptation of one of the EU storylines that take place after Episode 6. But yeah.
All right. Thank you,
Ooh,
Wes.
that's a good question.
So would we rather have kind of like what was supposedly George Lucas's plan of like Darth Maul coming back and trying to set up his own regime, faction, Sith, bring back the Sith after Episode 6, or and then also have that include characters like Rey, Finn, and Poe, or more along the lines. Wait, what was the second one? Oh, the EU, like what was established in the EU books.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the Maul stuff is interesting. Just the whole like to bring him back, but I don't know. Like either way, I feel like it's not really a continuation of like this saga. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like what I know, I don't remember a lot from the Thrawn, the EU Thrawn books of how that related to like. I gotta like remember. I can't remember any of that stuff from when EU with Andrew when he said. When did he do those? Those are like
a long time.
Did he start
ago.
those in our first year? I can't remember. Even though most people thought of that as like the continued story, it just seems like the Skywalker saga is 1 through 6 just because it's like Anakin.
Yeah.
Whereas like any trilogy for me that takes place after that, that's supposed to be connected, is this, if it's not about Anakin, then what is it about? So
Yeah. I agree. But I do think that the Thrawn trilogy would have been better.
maybe.
Or like a version of that. I think that would have been really cool.
But the Maul stuff would be cool too. Like
The Maul stuff would be dope. I'm not saying, but like personally, I would have just liked Timothy's
and we also gotta consider that like
version.
what they're doing with the Mandoverse.
It's kind of already doing that.
It's kind of doing a sequel
Mm-hmm.
story anyway, even though it's less connected.
And with the Thrawn too, or Maul stuff now too, it kind of is.
We're all getting it, but just expressed differently. Now, if they drop the ball with the Thrawn stuff now, like they don't continue the Grisk stuff, then it's going to be a complete failure, in my opinion. It'll be the first time like that I'm completely upset with Disney Star Wars, because you know me, I like Disney Star Wars more than most people, especially on this podcast. Like I try to argue the good stuff more than the bad stuff. So but if they don't do the Grisk stuff with the Thrawn, with Ahsoka season 2 or / the Thrawn movie or whatever, I'm gonna be not happy. But
yeah, right now you're a glass half full kind of guy.
I'm optimistic.
A lot of people are already glass half empty, but you're a glass half full.
Yep.
But if they mess that up,
I'm throwing the glass across the room.
Say, your cup fell over. That pink cup represented.
No, not pink anymore. Remember, it's
your old pink cup.
That one broke on accident. That was just a tragic day in my life. But now I got my
trusty orange,
yellowish gold one.
Your Cheeto cup.
But yeah, so hopefully that answers your question, Wes. I think the Maul stuff would be pretty cool, just because it would be tied more to the Skywalker stuff than like the Thrawn trilogy stuff. But
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see how it all plays out with the Mandoverse stuff, but who knows? But don't let it be like a year between voicemails, Wes. You can send in voicemails more often.
Come on by more often.
It'd be good to hear from you again. Next up, we got a voicemail from Stelio. So let's take a listen.
Hey, it's Stelio from the Discord. I think my biggest question is, what do you guys think Crimson Dawn's going to bring to the table in the next episode? You know, assuming you don't get into that a bunch in the episode already. You know, I was wrong about Vader showing up right away anyway. But I guess I might have been right about Crimson Dawn in this season. So I guess we'll see if we get some Dryden Voss. Only thoughts I had were I think the cracks were showing from Maul not having Savage kind of up until sort of this breaking point, and maybe he's kind of rethinking things now.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Stelio. Yep, the Crimson Dawn stuff is going to be pretty interesting.
Yep.
I just want to know, like, what caused them to reach out. Like,
yeah, I feel like,
because there's no way outside the planet anyone knows about what's going on with Maul. I think it's the planet's on lockdown, communications are blocked.
If the Pikes went and talked to them,
maybe, but the Pikes
because now the Pikes are working for Maul.
Well, right, but they don't know that
they lost communication with him.
But they don't know what's going on on Janix.
True, but I also feel like we don't know. Maybe Crimson Dawn doesn't know that, and then they just called because they wanted to set up a meeting because now Maul's in charge of like
The Pikes again.
the Pikes. So then they're like, okay, well, the two other guys, one of them's missing, but he's like kidnapped by Maul. The other guy's completely dead. So Maul's already taken over 2 groups or 3 groups, kinda. So the Pikes are like, well, we better join them or we're next. And then they might not even know about the Empire, and then they might next week be like, hey, come pick us up.
Yeah, is this like, because technically, and then the thing is that they called Vario.
Yeah, they didn't call Maul because they don't have a contact to Maul.
So
Because they didn't kill off Vario.
yeah, that's weird that like he's still around. Like, did they just leave him there just so he could take the call?
Didn't Maul say to kill him off? It's time for him to go, or was he?
No.
Was that a that? Oh no, that was about the Mando guy.
Right. So if that's the only reason they kept Vario alive was so that he could take this call.
I mean, yeah.
Like, whatever. Like,
I think Vario is like a Maul's punching bag, you know? Like,
well, he doesn't, though. He doesn't. No one talks to him. He's just there. Like, he's not doing anything.
He's just trying to survive.
Right, but it's like, why would they tolerate him being there? Is it simply because he is the head of a syndicate that they need him? But he says he's the comedic relief.
Yeah, and he's like a little.
I don't know, I feel like Spybot is the comedic. Spybot and Two Boots.
Spybot. When Spybot picks up the guy and throws him off the cliff.
Oh yeah, that's kind of funny.
And he's like, bye bye. Like, that's literally what he said was bye bye. Yeah. So
I don't know. But we'll see. Next week we'll have all of our answers to all of our questions about Crimson Dawn.
mm-hmm.
It'll all make sense. I need Spybot and Chopper to meet. That is something a lot of people are saying.
That is a battle waiting to happen. They're just shocking each other for like 10 minutes straight.
Yep.
Whoever passes out first loses.
All right. Well, thank you, Stilio. I'm excited to hear your thoughts on next week's episodes of finales. So be sure to send that in. Next up, our final 2 we got from...
Let me guess. Yuretsi.
Yuretsi. We got 2 from Yuretsi.
I knew it.
So listen to number 1.
Hey, Empire Radio. It's Yuretsi. Those last 2 Maul episodes really did a number on me, man. I knew most of Maul's backstory, but only from Legends books. And now that I know the canon version, oh, that hurts. Oh my gosh, it hurts. Oh, it hurt to see him cry on screen. I was crying along with him. It's okay. Seeing everything that happened really, like, makes, to me, he's one of the most tragic characters in Star Wars. And, like, now that it's actually, like, being recognized on screen, I feel like more people will agree with me instead of being like, what? No, he's just this evil guy. Like, no, he has layers. He has emotions. And I literally, every time I bring someone brings up my favorite character in Star Wars, they're always like, oh, he's just evil. You just think he's cool. It's like, no, there's so many layers to this character that I could sit for hours and break it down. But, like, oh, I can't put into words how much I loved these last 2 episodes. They were amazing. And the Inquisitors actually seemed pretty scary, not even gonna lie. And they killed off my boy Scorn! I think it was Scorn. I think. Anyway, that's all I have to say. I think. If I have more, I'll send another voicemail. Bye!
All right. Thank you, Yuretsi. Yes, Maul is one of the best well-written characters in all of Star Wars. That's why going back over 6 years ago, or around 6 years ago, when we did our top 5, a little over 6 years, because that was our first episode, with our top 5 characters, and Maul was in my top 5 back then. And that is without the context of this show or anything like that. So
yeah,
it's even making it better. So he might have to.
I always loved Maul.
I'm trying to remember what my order was. I remember who my top 5 were, but I don't remember the order I had him in. But if Maul is towards the bottom, I think maybe he might go up a little bit.
I don't know. Someone should let us know. I know Maul was in my top 5.
I think I had Maul at
1 or 2.
I think I had Maul at 4, maybe.
I think Maul was either 1 or 2 for me.
But the show
My top
is making
2
him go up.
characters have always been Boba and Maul.
Yep.
The Book of Boba kind of.
Yep.
Didn't really help my case on that. But.
And yes, Yarchi, R.I.P. Scorn or Icarus, whoever it was. I don't know either of their names because their names haven't been said. It's just what's in the credits, I think. So I'm not sure who's who. But R.I.P. He went out like a G.
Oh, and that was a rough part too when he died, and then his brother is like, "My brother."
Yep,
yeah, that was
sad stuff.
That was good voice acting, though.
Yep. All right. Next up, final one of the night. Yuretsu's second voicemail. Let's take a listen.
Hey, Empire Radio, it's Hennessy again. I love Devin's character. I haven't really mentioned her in my past voicemails, but I love her as a character. She embodies a teenage girl. I love her so much, and I can relate to her like a lot. Oh my god, she's amazing. And like her wanting to like fulfill her duty and protect people and be the deliverer of justice is amazing. She holds the ideals of the Jedi so dear to her heart, but then again, she's getting this Maul's voice is like slipping into her mind, and like you can see it. So it's amazing. The writing of the show is so amazing. Also, I did once again think that Daki was gonna die this week. Now I'm like for sure that he's gonna die next week. There's no way this Jedi is not dying. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Bye.
All right. Thank you, Yuretsu. I have to agree. Devin is probably my favorite like new character this whole season.
I was gonna say she's been growing on me. I think the last 2 episodes I've liked her a lot. I think at first I was kind of indifferent about her, like she wasn't like my favorite character, but I've liked her a lot, especially this last episode when she was kind of in charge, like she was working, like it was pretty cool. So
yeah, and
it's fun to see. I just hope they don't ruin her character. I really hope she becomes Maul's apprentice and they go that route with her, make her like evil because her master gets murdered or saves them.
Yep. And I think, I don't think there's any characters this season that I don't like. Like they're all really good characters. Like obviously like Lieutenant Blake, like you hate him because he's the scumbag, but like he's still like I still liked him as like the bad guy in the police station. So it's like all these characters are good. I'm not disappointed by anything.
He might have saved himself for me. He was a little rough, but he might have saved himself for me.
Yeah. So
I think the funniest part too about his 2 boots is like, how do you recognize me? I don't even have my boots on. Like he said that he had to mention it every single time. Everyone's like,
right.
2 boots, thank you. And then he's like, how do you know it was me?
Right.
It's like, bro, your symbol on your head, you're dirty. Like your boots weren't the only thing. And then like I loved I didn't mention this, but I really loved how you can see his feet were clean because he had those boots on. So when they showed his feet with no boots, it was like the paint was perfect. It was like
so was there like it was like a tan line from like shorts?
Exactly.
I didn't notice
that. There was a boot line. So like it was like clean and nice and shiny and fun. But then you can see at the top of the boot past that it was all scruffed up and messed up. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
Fun. Awesome. That's everything.
Yeah.
So next week, like we've talked about, last 2 episodes. So next week is Star Wars Day. Tickets for Celebration go out on sale next Wednesday, and so we're excited for that. But that's all we got looking forward to So let's go over some social media and we can get out of here. So if you want to follow us and follow everything Empire Radio, go into the description below, links.co/Empire Radio, links spelled 2 I's. Click that landing page for everything. So the new one on that link page is our Patreon. So please send us a few dollars just to help us cover costs of our subscription for our recording software. We just are asking for $50 a month collectively between everyone. And so if you can just do $5, $10, $3, whatever you can, we hope to, this summer maybe have some Patreon exclusive stuff for people to pay for to make it worth your while. But if you've been listening to us for a while and you've appreciated what we do, just help us out for a few bucks. Even if it's just like a 1 month thing, anything will help. But also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitch for live streams. You can be in the live stream and fact check us every week and ask us questions and make comments and stuff like that. We'd love to hear from you through that way. But follow us on YouTube. Join the Discord. If you want to talk about Star Wars with other fans of us, you can join the Discord. Also, there's a link to send a voicemail. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the finale next week and what you think your theories are going to be for season 2. We'd love to hear that. There's also a fan email if you want to email us about anything. I think that's everything.
Yeah, I would say send in voicemails next week on what you guys did for, besides watching Maul, but celebrate, in my opinion, the best holiday of the year, Star Wars Day. It's on Monday.
Best?
It's definitely top 2.
Wait, there's no way it's better than Christmas.
I said top 2.
I don't know.
I just haven't had it off for the last 2 years, which has been kind of a
Well,
bummer.
next year you'll have it off, right? If you have the same schedule. Tuesday.
True.
So
True.
you can party it up. Is it?
Yeah.
Because next year is the 50th anniversary of Star Wars stuff. So.
Oh yeah, I gotta make sure I have it off. But
so
Star Wars Day next year. And let us know what you guys do to celebrate Star Wars Day. If maybe you guys do it on the weekend and watch Maul, and yeah, let us know for the finale. It's a big finale weekend.
Yep. And Yuretsi, she likes to post things that she bakes on Instagram. So maybe she'll make some Wookiee cookies next weekend. This coming weekend.
Also, yeah, or you can just tag us on Instagram what you guys doing to celebrate Star Wars Day.
Yeah, Yuretsi. So I don't know if you watched when I used to do the Coruscant Cafe cooking and baking videos. I made my own rendition of Wookiee cookies. You could follow that recipe, my pattern of how I did it, and see if you can do better than me. It'd be kind of funny to perfect my way. Cause I just kind of winged it and how I did it. So maybe Yuretsi, you can make a better Wookiee cookie than me. That's my challenge for you this weekend.
Add hair this time.
With the piping.
No, just real hair.
Sounds like a challenge. It is a challenge. That's not like a challenge. It is a challenge.
There you go. So
fight me, Yuretsi.
Stay tuned for next week on the Wookiee off.
Yep. Post pictures on Instagram, but also post them in the Discord. So if you want to see Yuretsi's Wookiee cookies, if she does it, join the Discord. She'll post it in our food and cooking channel.
Sweet.
All right. Well, that's all we got tonight. So you've been listening to another Maul-tastic episode of Empire Radio. I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Drew.
And may the Force be with you.
Always.